Good day, viewers. My name is Victor Ogunyinka and welcome to another edition of Talking Sport. Today is going to be a very exciting edition because we are going to the last match of the season and of course a lot of drama still there to talk about. You've been seeing lots of movements in the top of the table and of course the last three has been settled. But today we want to really look at what is going to happen, what shape is going to take at the top end of the table. With me and my regular guest on this studio, I have Moses Alao, a United fan, I have to emphasize that. And I have one day Shokumbi on the studio, Arsenal fan.
Thank you very much.
Moses, the season is almost to an end. Was this what you pictured from the beginning of the season?
Well, no. I think nobody sets out to fail. But if it happens,
Who has failed?
Man U. Manchester United has failed in the top 4 battle. We don't have to deceive ourselves about that.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe some optimists will tell you there's still a chance for Man U to play in the Champions League.
Okay.
I am not a big optimist in this regard.
Okay, what I want to know is it top 4 that is actually the issue or Champions League football? Is that what we are running after?
I think at the beginning of every season, it's only a, well, I do not want to call names now, but I know a team in the Premiership that would always aim at the top 4.
No, it's just okay to say something. Just,
Are you sure?
no, just say it.
Well, I don't want to differentiate that. I don't want to differentiate that. But really,
Okay,
now, Champions League football is a good thing. Top 4 is a good thing. And when you hear people talk about top 4, of course you know they're talking about the Champions League.
Okay.
But at the beginning of the season, everybody set out to win the league.
Okay.
And if you cannot, at least go to Europe.
Okay.
So which I think is what is at stake right now.
Okay, great. One day, this has always been your top, top 4. That's the trophy you celebrate year in year. No. On a more serious note, that was what your coach told us.
That's not fair.
No, that was what his coach said. I said, when you said that's a trophy.
Yes.
Okay, now it's looking as if your bet right is, sliding away from you.
Well, it's something that was bound to happen sometime. After almost 20 years of perennial champion, it had to come to an end. And sad that it's coming this way.
One day, no, I'm not going to take that. From the beginning of the season, what was the expectation?
No,
you always look up, down, up the table.
What I'd say at the beginning of the season was that Arsenal will finish 4th because it's something that's always happened. But now that, and it's still possible though, it's still
okay, no, we don't want to talk about the mathematics. Let's just face what we have on ground. Right?
It's what we have on ground. The mathematics is what we have on ground.
Okay.
It's very possible that Arsenal still finishes 4th.
Okay, that's true. That's right. I agree with you. Yeah. But at whose detriment?
Yeah, Liverpool's detriment of course.
Well,
no, I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you. Okay, but now let us look at what it is at the top end of the table. Congratulations to Chelsea. It is very important to say congratulations to the champions.
We should.
They never look like sliding out of that position. And they
unlike Arsenal.
Unlike Arsenal, yes, unlike Arsenal. Plus more blows to Arsenal. Their rival Spurs is finishing above them first time in how many years?
In 40 years.
In 40 years. That's a lot. In fact, I think that is even more daunting than Arsenal missing out of the top 4.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so Tottenham second already, and they are home and dry. So we have the 3rd to 6th position that could still. I think United is also still have.
3rd to 5th.
Okay, 3rd to 5th. There will be some movement.
Yes. That was our position from the beginning. And I like a team that is consistent.
Moses,
I think Man U has been consistent.
when we had this the first time, I told you about that 6 size. I thought it was a bad omen.
Yeah, so I appreciate the fact that you said that. And you still remember. It was a prophecy from you.
Okay.
Congratulations, it's coming to pass.
Okay.
And I hope my prophecy comes to pass about Liverpool too.
What's your prophecy?
That they don't make the Champions League. One day,
okay.
I'm rooting for your team now.
Yes.
Suddenly, you want Arsenal to
Yes.
Okay, now let us
saying.
Okay, now let us look at the shape it's taking right now, and let us be very, very, sincere about this. Arsenal is going to be playing Everton. Another thing that has been very surprising. We've seen, Lukaku and his antics all through the season. Then we have Man City that has been more consistent, though disappointing in some cases. But on a good day, you don't want to bet against them. Then we have Liverpool that. One way or the other, has been the one everybody loves to hate. I don't know.
Well, I don't think that's right.
Coming from United fan.
No, seriously, I don't think that's right.
Okay, great.
Nobody goes after Liverpool for anything.
Because
everybody knows Liverpool would not amount to anything with whatever squad or whatever coach it has.
Exactly. How do you lose?
Seriously.
How do you lose?
Seriously.
How?
What final?
So I don't think anybody loves to hate Liverpool as you have.
Somebody must lose now.
Somebody must lose,
So
but
what Ajax just did?
caliber of
As United won.
yeah, sure.
Have we played?
So what? So no reason you shouldn't say anything because you've not been there. You're talking about me losing the final. On the way to final, United suffered. Don't mind the way. What are you talking about? They suffered in my hand.
At this Europa.
Yes. Quarter-final last season, I showed them what it means
Well,
to play.
for the benefit of our viewers, Liverpool has an heritage, a very big one,
Yeah.
Okay.
and that's to celebrate the past.
Yes.
That's what he's doing now, celebrating the past,
Wait,
in which they ended up with nothing.
Okay, I want to really remind you, what are we talking about?
We're talking about the race for the top four.
Don't take me back to history. I'm very, very optimistic now. Top four is, very, very close for us right now.
Not yet. How many points?
Very close.
How many points do you
It is
have?
actually close. It is
matter
closer
of still
than
close.
yes. What we are.
So
As a
you
matter
don't
of
have
fact,
it.
we don't want to finish top 4. We want to finish top 3.
You cannot.
You can't finish top 3.
It is possible.
Where
I'm just saying, are you saying? So it is possible for me to
Yes.
for Liverpool to drop
Yes.
one.
Before you have
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now let us look at Arsenal. Arsenal will be playing Everton. Just how much a contest do you think that is going to be?
For
I think that is even the decider.
Yeah, for the fact that Everton and Liverpool are rivals, I think they will open up. Maybe not in the way that you want to question maybe foul play, but they will probably open up for Arsenal to win.
So
just
you
a
think,
slide.
so you think there could be a chance that Everton would serve? Arsene Wenger said the rest of the club has gone on holidays. So it is now his own time to see who is actually on holidays right now. Because on a good day, Everton should give Arsenal a good run for their money.
That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Now, my take on that is slightly different from what they are saying. Now, in as much as Everton and Liverpool, in as much as they are city rivals, and I think they still would not, professionalism will still be at play. But one thing we don't have to rule out is the fact that if there's nothing to play for, there needs to be motivation in football. I think in life generally, if there's nothing to challenge for, there's always the tendency to be complacent.
Okay.
So Everton win or draw today, their position as number 7 is guaranteed.
So can that fate also fall with Liverpool and Middlesbrough?
Yeah, well, it's also
it's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Also just
Win or draw. Yeah, for Borough, there's something to play for. Pride.
Everton has pride.
For Everton, there's nothing to. That's how I say it. Now for Everton, either win or draw, you are on number 7. You are going to Europa, whatever happens.
But
for Borough, they are going out.
Okay.
First year after coming to the Premiership, they are going out, but they would not want to go out as a very big victim. That's what I think. That was what Sunderland tried to do yesterday. That's what Sunderland tried to do yesterday with Arsenal. You would see the game with Man City on a good day. Man City, West Brom, always ended 3-1, 3-2. But yesterday, it was not going to change anything on the table. Now, but for Sunderland, from beginning to the end of the game, they were trying to protect their hand. Yes, we have gone out, but no, you're not going to count scores.
Okay. So, let us now look at Manchester United. Manchester United has a different destiny they are running after. I would say they want to go through Europe, they want to play European football through the back door next season.
Well, that's not correct.
That's
not correct. It's not back door.
If you can't go through the normal channel of finishing the first
what makes top 4 normal channel?
What's normal channel?
Because that is what it takes to go to Europe.
No, but now anything has been included. Anything has been included, so you have to make room for that too. So anyway, I
can't believe we are really settling for this consolation. Okay, now.
And they will have a better season. Even though they will finish 6th, they will have a better season than 6th.
Okay, they will actually finish 6th.
Yeah. They finish 6th.
Whatever happens.
They finish 6th. Okay, now they'll be playing another big team. Ajax. Ajax is a fantastic side. And unfortunately for them, they don't have the best of results also this season. That means they have something to play for to get to Europe. Just the way United is trying to go through the back door, they also want to go through the back door to get to Europe. How much of a contest do you think that's going to be for United?
Well,
considering your injury worries, so many of them.
Well, if you say that Ajax did not have a good result, they were looking for the back door. What position did Ajax finish on the table?
I just know they're also playing. They're trying to play a playoff.
No.
They're in a playoff stage.
Now, so if that's what we're looking at, we're going to say it's going to be a tough contest.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at Man U's injury worries, you would also say it's a fairly unequal contest. But knowing football for what it is, the two coaches must have done their own work. And I'm quite confident as a United fan that Man U would give a good show. You will win it, fine.
No,
if
you
we
don't
don't,
need to win. There's something
if we don't,
there's
put
something
it down to Mourinho.
There's something I always say that no matter how promising a side is, with all the talent, there's something experience gives. If you look at the game against Juve and Monaco, for instance, Monaco had all the promising players that you could think of. That experience is just something exactly. So, I don't even care if Man U fields the same age players as Ajax. The name Man U, the aura Mourinho gives everything, it's just likely to.
That Ajax team does not respect aura.
I don't even care. Monaco didn't respect the aura of Dortmund, they didn't respect the aura of many teams. But that extra bit to take it to the next level is what
actually
counts.
Okay, now there's something that we must also mention here, and that is Pep Guardiola.
Who is that?
Guardiola has not been used to playing football without a trophy. For the first time in a long while, he's actually going to be finishing his season trophyless. And at the nick or at the verge of exiting European football if he's not careful.
No, he's not.
Okay, no, European Champions League, I was going to say. Champions League.
No, it's even
guaranteed.
It's guaranteed.
Man City.
Yeah.
No, if Man City
lose, win or draw.
Okay, they'll just slide to fourth.
70,
Okay, they'll actually slide to fourth. Okay. Alright, good for them. But now, let us look at what it feels like. I want to take you back to the Barcelona Bayern Munich days. We used to say that there are some teams that can actually play without coaches.
Yeah.
Barcelona, Bayern Munich are one of those.
Yeah.
Is it actually playing out itself now?
Well, for me, I respect Guardiola. For 2 times, he met his teammate with Manchester United and we received the beating of our life. But I've always said that, like the Yoruba proverb, Igisumogi, Loboyo. It's because there's proximity among trees.
Yeah.
That's why a monkey can hop from one to another and do as if he's the best in acrobatics.
Okay.
Now, when he came to a team that is near to nothing, we all saw what he achieved. And then he came out to say, Man City is no big team. He should have said that. He should have said that before he came.
Let's be fair. He has only spent 1 season.
Really?
How many seasons has Mourinho spent?
Yeah. He spent 1 season in 2009 when he won the Champions League.
How many seasons has Mourinho spent? How many seasons has
Mourinho did not play Champions League football.
Hello?
If Mourinho had played
he
Champions
spent
League,
1
it
season.
would probably be. In fact, the season would have been worse.
That's not correct. I don't agree with that. Are you saying Chelsea is actually winning because they didn't go to Europe?
Yes.
No, that's not correct.
That's the truth.
This is only the second time it's happening in a long while.
There's no how you must.
Why is Liverpool not winning?
Hey,
No,
wait.
It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that for everybody.
It doesn't work like that for everybody. It
Exactly.
means it is not what it is.
It doesn't work like that for everybody.
Why is Liverpool not
It gives you an
winning?
extra edge.
Liverpool has only been in Europe for a long time. And
No.
they don't win.
They don't have the
in
caliber of
Europe.
players. They don't have the caliber of players as Chelsea has. For instance, who can you match with Hazard?
Wait,
Seriously?
Who can you match with Hazard?
Yeah,
which club?
In Liverpool.
What
Yeah,
are you
Coutinho.
saying? Really, do you want to say that?
Really?
I think this is time we cut this show. Really, because we are taking this into another level now. Right now, we are actually looking for what is going to come up in the last game of the Premiership. And of course, it's going to be very, very explosive. There will be surprises, but we are all up for it. So next time we see you again on this edition of